great. Have you read the novel before getting into the project?
No, I didn't know about the book. I had no idea about the book because it was a German bestseller in the 1970s.
Yeah.
And I had no idea. When they told me about it, I was already reading the script. So
Yeah.
sometimes when you transport the book into a script, things change for obvious reasons. First of all, it was 1970s, now it's 2023. So there was also like the society is completely changed.
Not at all.
You had no idea what was it about.
No.
And when you read the script, what was your first thought?
I thought cool role. It's a cool. They told me about the role I have to play, but they were already shooting when I got the offer. And for me, it's not like I can't read all the scripts I get. It's too much. So basically, what happens is they call you up and they pitch you the story and they pitch you your role, and then they say, okay, I kind of like this. Let's do it.
Tell me a little bit about Franca, your character, because she is someone that really wants to do good, but I think good is something that sometimes is subjective, that it changes from people to people. So tell me a little bit about her and her journey in the series.
I think Franca, because she's been living in a family and in this prophecy from the beginning of her life, she is part of it. You know, she feels absolutely responsible of the inheritance and of what it has to be done. So at the beginning, she's very restricted to her vision. Because obviously in her mind, she wanted to be chosen to do it. You know, the prophecy says the young male that is born in 2023, not the female. It's specific, you know, because at the beginning of 1,300, that was a society. Still, unfortunately.
Kind of, yeah. Tell me a little bit about McKay, your role, because it's just a really mysterious, intriguing character. It's not a regular character.
If you think of an investment fund manager who's investing $1 trillion, it's like you think of a guy in a blue suit and a blue tie and a white shirt and brown shoes and an expensive watch around the wrists, who's really slacky and kind of mean and handling all the money stuff. So I thought, let's do the opposite of which is obvious. I met a guy who had a castle in Ireland where my son is at the boarding school, and I went to visit him at the weekend. And he's the owner of a castle, and he had holes everywhere in his clothing because he was also taking care of sheep. In Ireland, they have all sheep, and he was looking so funny because there's even holes in his Burberry socks. So I was thinking about this guy, and then I just brought it together. So I have a guy. That's why Malcolm McCain is always getting rid of his shoes, and he has holes in his socks.
And you know what I found really interesting is the prophecy says to save the future of humanity. I want to know what you, Alessandra, would interpret from the prophecy.
I think the end of humanity is when a human being is not a human. When you lose your soul as a human being. Why do we do that? Because we lost connection with who we are. And if we lose connection, we're not a human being anymore, you know? We're just bodies that collects money to have more money.
It's a very intense and difficult question, because if you want to save the world, first you have to find out what should the world look like which we save, because you have to save it for all the people in the world. So everybody has absolute different ideas of a saved world. So first of all, we have to sit together and think of it. How would the
hardest part?
And you know what? How it would end up? It would end up in war.
Yeah.
That's how it always ends up. And all the money in the world, we have all this fucking money, and there's so much money in the world. It never saved the world. No. So the only thing which could save the world is maybe humanity and empathy and love.
But I also like the idea of kind of breaking stereotypes, like what we think that millionaires should be like, what poor people should uh, really
Look
look
like.
like. Yeah, what's your thought on that, on what these characters from this show are? Some follow the stereotype and other are completely different.
Different. Well, it's true. The first stereotype that is being broken over here, it's my character. I'm a young female, 30s, near middle 30s, that's talking about finance in a world that generally it's
It's for
full of
men.
dinosaurs and men, with all my respect. But it's true. It's a male word, finance, it's a male word. It's famous to be that way. And she is a female, a woman, a young woman that puts herself in the same position of Oliver character, for example. And she speaks out for herself and for her cause. She believes in it. Doesn't matter about how experienced she is. She believes. And that's why she's there. And that's the first stereotype that's being broken, you know. It's a
Yeah.
young girl, it's a young woman